Welcome to Menu Heroes Digest.
There is no mercy in this YouTube channel. There is no dislikes in this YouTube channel. There is no comments in this YouTube channel.
There is no YouTube channel. Alright, so today we've got quite a couple events to cover. We have EVO and we had a Splatoon 3 Direct. So let's go ahead and start with... Go ahead.
I will clarify, EVO happened last weekend. I think last episode I said that, oh yeah, EVO's next week coming up, so I'm gonna get ready. I'm gonna actually watch the stuff, and
he wasn't.
To find out, like, it was all announced, it was all presumed while we were doing our episode. It already happened. In fact, like, it actually began on August 5th. But hey, mistakes are made. I've made plenty of mistakes in my lifetime. So I'm here to say that, I need to own up to that, and I acknowledge them. But hey, here we are. Here talking about all the things that happened. I'm just going to briefly cover the results of EVO, the games that were selected, and, some things that I got excited for, and some of the big announcements coming in, because, like, this EVO almost felt like a direct, or
like an E3?
Somewhat, yeah. It's like, granted, it's only be fighting games, so like the audience is not as big, and like only like super hardcore fighting game fans, are gonna be really like keen into this. And as much as I try really hard to be one of those, I'm casual at heart. I enjoy fighting games. I enjoy my Street Fighter, Combats. I delve into Tekken every once in a while. King of Fighters, something that I like. Fellow Fury. I played a couple of the old King of Fighters, but I've learned I'm not that good at them. But I do want to try. I want to keep trying. And Skullgirls was like one me and my friend Amy were really big into several years ago. And that one I'm glad has gotten a lot of success. But most of the other ones, I'm sorry, I don't know that much about, other than Super Smash Bros. I'd say that one is also like, definitely one of the more famous fighting game franchises out there. So I'm gonna try my best to like cover this stuff as much as I can, and with as much respect to it. I actually wrote some notes here and there, and not as much. I mean, basically just the results of the little tournaments here, because and also I wrote down the specifics of Rollback Nectar, because that is going to be important with all these announcements coming in. So basically,
roll the notes. We don't need notes. No.
Yeah, you watch any episode, you can tell like how we just don't do notes. How
okay, we just
look at the articles, super good talking. But I really did want to try. I really did want to.
For this time, guys.
And I'll try, and I will do better in the future. Okay. But
we'll do more Kotaku articles.
Well,
no.
That, and also
anyway,
do
continue.
Research.
See, I would do all that, but I don't have time.
No. Anyway, as I said,
I don't get off work until late most days.
The 10 games that were chosen for EVO for each tournament is Skullgirls, Second Encore. That one I haven't got a chance to play, but I did love the first Skullgirls very much. And I've been also trying to find it and just buy it, but like it's almost impossible to get if it's not on like the Steam or on like the PS Store. So sadly, might be a lot to get a chance to play that. World Combat 11 Ultimate, that one was a mega hit. These two right here, I know absolutely nothing about, so apologies to the fans of Melty Blood, Type Lumina, and Grand Blue Fantasy Versus. I'm glad y'all's games have gotten selected for the tournaments, and from what I see, the shows looks pretty good, but I know virtually nothing of them. Dragon Ball Fighter Z, that one I did play. That one I was playing like the more they like offline stuff and getting really good good at that. Unfortunately, the online has been pretty bad, and we'll talk more about netcodes here in a little bit. Multiverses. Now, this one did get a bit of a controversy when it was announced for EVO because it just came out this year, and it was just getting like beta tests, and like getting like critic reviews and everything. But Warner Brothers did pay a pretty penny for at EVO to make sure, hey, get this game available, get this game set up, and have people play this. Okay, we want this to get a wide audience, and I can't say if getting on EVO has been the thing making it successful, but we should point out that Multiverses has been downloaded 10 million times, which is it's a pretty big deal. Yeah, because so many like fighting games in general don't get like they get a few million downloads, but like they never get as much responses today as like there's so many of the other different genre of games.
AAA titles.
But again, the other 4 games chosen for EVO was King of Fighters 15. It didn't come out this year, but it was like months before, earlier in the year. Tekken 7, that's been out for a while, and I'll go ahead and say that yes, there was firstly an announcement for there's going to be a Tekken World Championship coming out next year, and they did a small tease for what could be Tekken 8, but it was just like Kazuya just smiling, and like he's now like fully rendered in I think an Unreal 5 engine, I believe. But like it's like so that's not really much of an announcement. Or yeah, it's certainly Tekken fans are going crazy and like oh man, is this confirmed Tekken 8? Or are they doing a remake of the first 3 games? It's we don't really know. Just like they modeled Kazuya in an Unreal 5 engine. Surely something Tekken related will be coming out in Unreal 5. And also, yes, the last 2 is Street Fighter 5 Championship Edition and Guilty Gear Strive. The game, all looks great. And obviously, like whatever my thoughts were for Street Fighter 5 when I first played it, was not pleased with it at first, but I've heard that they didn't try to update it very much and getting it to be good. Which hey, I'm glad you stuck around with that, Capcom. Could have waited a year or 2 before you released it, but then again, we all know that Street Fighter Cross Tekken was not well received, so I guess you had to release that. But again, I'm not here to bring up old stuff. This is a new year, new era, and yes, so I'll basically just cover briefly the results of each tournament. So for Skullgirls Second Encore, we got in 3rd place Pen, 2nd place To Kill Sage, and 1st place was Sonic Fox. And yeah, also I want to point out that a YouTuber I just followed, Purple Sharpie, she's like she was actually like the announcer, or like one of the announcers for Skullgirl tournament, and she's an avid Skullgirl fan. She's been making YouTube videos for years about how to like the techniques for certain characters for the games. So I'm all happy for her that she's got a chance to glow up and like be able to like announce and tell everybody like the results of the game at this tournament. For Mortal Kombat 11 Ultimate, now I only did I'm going only like 3rd, 2nd, and 1st. I know there were other places besides that, but like we don't have enough time. We got a lot of time on here. I did want to mention that Sonic Fox did enter in the Mortal Kombat 11 tournament. He got tied with Han Rashid for 5th place. But in 4th place is, again, some of the names I really do like. So in 4th place is a Foxy Grandpa. And you can tell why I decided to, like, okay, for this one I'll talk about the places 5 and 4th also. But anyway, 3rd place was Nicholas, 2nd place was Rewind, and 1st place was Scorpion Prox. Prox. Again, I apologize if I have mispronounced or missaid anything in terms of names, especially. I have been caught many times mispronouncing names so many times on this channel, and I always want to better myself and know want to give everybody the respect they deserve. Right? So for Melty Blood type Lumina, we have third place Kiri, second place Masama, and first place Jing. For Grand Blue Fantasy Versus, we've got in third place Taco, we've got second place Toro, and first place Gamera. On to Dragon Ball Fighter Z, we got in third place Yasha, second place Nitro, and first place Wawa. Multiverses, these were, dual, tag teams. We got here in third place Sinime and Leviathan. In second place, we got Rose J and Mirror Man. In first place, we got Nakate and Void. For King of Fighters 15, we got in third place Zhao Hei. In second place, we got E.T. And in first place, we got ZJZ. For Tekken, we got in third place Arslan Ash. In second place, Khan. And in first place, me. Street Fighter 5, sorry. Street Fighter 5 Championship Edition. In third place, we got Gachi-kun. In second place, we got Idom. And in first place, Kawano. And finally, for Guilty Gear Strive, we have in third place Leffen, second place Slash, and first place Yumisho. So, and again, apologies to the other contestants that I have not listed here. All y'all, I thought, did a really good job. I most certainly am not good enough to be in any major fighting tournaments out there. I think the only tournament I've ever listed in was a Pokemon Stadium tournament, and I did fairly well. I would say I did very well, but I was eliminated in the first round. So that's why all these guys are out there and being shown around the world, and I'm here on this channel. So
thanks.
So I'm saying, you all did a great work. Y'all did a great job, and by all means, keep good game, guys. Good game.
GG.
Yes. So now on to the announcements for that come out at EVO this year, and again, we're doing a lot here. So right up the front, speaking of Guilty Gear Strive, we're talking about the first season 2 DLC character list coming up. The first character announced is a fan favorite, Bridget. Has been appeared in Guilty Gear XX, way back in the day. So anyway, this is a very significant announcement because not only is this a fan favorite, but this is where Arc System works. The creators of the game have fully announced, and it's in canon in the game, that Bridget is trans female. I know. Give yourself a pat on the back, you libs. Sorry.
Don't get so loud. I live in an apartment.
I'm sorry.
We live in a society.
Yes, we do. And again, in all seriousness, I am, by all means, for those of you in the trans community that do love fighting games and feel the need to be represented, I hope y'all are, I hope y'all get the excitement first, because there has been plenty who have been happy with this announcement. There's going to be some that aren't happy with this announcement, with the debate of aren't you erasing a character's sexual identity in a future thing? But it's
not
guys, really. I cannot speak, as I am not an expert in Guilty Gear lore and franchise, but the research I've done is that basically Bridget was a character. It was Bridget was one of those characters, from what I gathered, is what you would see a lot in the early 90s and 2000s, where you have a character that looked feminine but was really a boy. Plenty of anime has had characters like that, and I don't know if you could read into whatever thing you want to say if the creators were saying something about the trans community about that or not, but that was what Bridget was this cute moe character that looked feminine, that appeared feminine, but was actually male. And many characters either misgendered this individual as female at first, but in the newest game, Guilty Gear Strive, it's actually in canon that Bridget now identifies as female, and many characters most of the other supporting characters in the game seem to also are starting to now identify or like now going by the right pronouns for Bridget. So, by all means, like from what I've seen, this feels like a natural progress for the character that maybe that's the whole time
A natural
they weren't certain about their
evolution.
Their true, but like there's this character that didn't seem to be comfortable with their sexuality or their identity, and are now opening up more and everything. So by all means, like from what I've seen from my research, it seems natural to me, or it seems like character growth, character development to me. But again, I can only speak as an outsider. So.
All right. So Street Fighter released 2 trailers for characters.
Yes.
We've got a veteran.
Jury, and her feet that y'all been loving. There's already been fan art. Come again, Come on.
No, I don't.
Oh, Steven.
And then there's
Jury. Oh dear. Here's the thing. Jury is like a very Harley Quinn-esque character. Very much chaotic. It's sometimes character neutral, sometimes just chaotic evil, and sometimes just chaotic. Is obsessed with Chun-Li, whether it be just to fight her, or there are certainly some sapphic undertones to like her obsession with Chun-Li, and she has quickly become a fan favorite character. And with her new Street Fighter 6 design.
Is that this one?
Yes, that's Jury. That's her Street Fighter 5 design. There should be an image of so that one is like for Street Fighter 4. She first premiered Street Fighter 4. No, that one. Yeah, she premiered Street Fighter 4, but she feels like she's been around forever. Like, I think if there was now a Street Fighter game that didn't have her, I think people would naturally complain.
Nope, didn't like that.
Oh dear. So basically, yes. So the trailer had shown Jury just walloping one of the newer characters up, and basically using them as a step stool. So, and texting after the fight and everything, which is a very Jury thing to just talk trash about them online after beating them in a fight.
Lower your volume a bit.
Sorry. So, yeah, that was a part of the trailer I liked. But, obviously, you gotta give credit for, we gotta shine a light to Kimberly. Brand new character, love her design, love her wavy locks and everything. And I think they confirmed she is a ninja, or she is training under the same ninjutsu school that Guy from Final Fight, and who also appeared in Street Fighter 4, to be, one of his students. And I think that's great. Again, if they're ever going to do a Final Fight game, Capcom, that'd mean Kimberly would be a nice character to be a nice playable character. Just throwing that out there.
All right, SNK, everyone's favorite fighting creator.
Yes.
King of Fighters 15 is getting a second season of DLC for 2023.
Yes, well, that one is the sales for that one were doing very well. The other announcement kind of took me completely by surprise, because I'll admit, I played more Samurai Showdown than any of the King of Fighters games growing up, and for a while I didn't even know they were developed by SNK. But yeah, there was a reboot. There was a new Samurai Showdown game that came out in 2019, but there was so much lack for that one. That one fell very unfinished, and thankfully SNK they're finally giving the game some respect, adding rollback netcode, really reducing lag and everything, just so it can feel like a playable fighting game, because these characters deserve it, man. Yes, they're not Ryu or Chun-Li level famous, but they need something to beat, dang it.
Yeah. So rollback netcode, real quick, is.
Here you go. I wrote all this down.
Let me see what you wrote.
Yes.
Yeah. So basically,
yes.
The system will try to predict what your opponent's gonna do before they do it, and then it'll just show them doing that, or it plans on them doing that, and then if they do something different, it just kind of rolls back. They do this so that it feels more fluid. It feels like there's constantly something happening instead of a stuttering. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. A lot of the time, it's choosing between blocking and attacking. So, like, there's a 50-50 chance it's gonna be correct.
Yeah, as I said, there are some times where it doesn't quite work, but it's like there seems to be like more examples of it working than not working, and it's becoming more and more the standard for obviously for the fighting game community, but also like plenty like people trying to emulate like arcades or trying to update arcade games and everything, or old arcade cabinets and everything. So it's like right now it seems, and honestly, like other than Nintendo, like. Bandai Namco were the company that was always hesitant to do this, to like resort to this type of netcode, but like now it seems like they're fully embracing it. And from all the buzz online, like you're seeing like people are happy and excited about that because unfortunately, first of all, we're still in a pandemic, we're still dealing with viruses plural, and people are still uncomfortable going outside a lot. Going to other people's houses.
Well, some people are.
Yeah, I mean,
a lot of people don't care anymore.
Or, hey, I've taken booster shots.
Yeah, we're vaccinated, so
come at me, monkeypox. I dare you. No, not really. But most people prefer to play their games online.
Yeah.
So you would want to have a strong online netcode so that friends, like acquaintances that want to play this game,
or random people.
Random people. People who could be friends would want to play a game together and have fun. And if there's a delay or a lag, it's gonna completely fun. So,
we'll come back to Bandai Namco later.
Yeah, I do want to say though, like obviously there's like Samurai Shodown characters, at least 3 Samurai Shodown characters that are DLC for Street Fighter 15. Again, so I just want to double make sure I got the name pronunciations right because I always try to make sure.
Yeah.
It's gonna be Team Samurai. All 3 characters that are, well, like 2 of them are classic Samurai Shodown characters. Yes. Shingo, Yabuki. Sorry, oh damn it! Sorry. Harumaru. Sorry, and Nakaruru. Like that one is like. That character has so many fans. And also, Darlie Dagger, she was the newest one that we introduced in 2019. So those 3 are being added to Kingdom Fighters 15. I'm super excited about that. And also a new Fatal Fury being announced, or a new Garu. Like that I thought would almost never happen because it seemed like Kingdom Fighters being the priority for SNK. Thankfully, they're at least doing something with that. I'm excited for it. Now we can move on.
All right. So I was wrong when I said we would come back to Bandai Namco because we hadn't even gotten to it yet. So at the end of the Tekken 7 finals, they announced that there would be a new tournament season in 2023 with a brand new balance update planned for August 17th. They seem to be announcing something, but it's not really clear what that is. There's a trailer for something.
Well, I mean, it was basically the trailer begins with like the ending for Kazuya, the very first Tekken game, that cuts right to brand new, fully rendered, like next-gen graphic Kazuya, just smiling and his eyes turning red, like he's about to go into Devil G form and everything. So, like, pretty much sure there's going to be a new Tekken project coming, but again, we're not sure if it's just Tekken 8 or if they're planning on remaking the first 3 games, or like because I know that's something that fans do want. They wanted like updates for at least the first 3. Because definitely the first one needs it. That one is definitely not aged very well. Its mechanics is not aged very well. And just people love Tekken 3 very much. I'm a big fan of Tekken Tag Tournament. That's one of my favorite Tekken games ever. And I'd love if they would try a new Tekken Tag Tournament game. But from what I gathered, the sales for Tekken Tag 2 weren't as great. So that one I'm not sure about, but that would get me excited.
Dragon Ball Fighter Z.
Yes.
So Arc System Works has announced that rollback netcode will be heading towards the game, that there will be no more balance updates, and that Lab Coat 21 is the final Dragon Ball Fighter Z character. Basically, they are saying the game is complete.
Yeah, and I'm feeling this is them not saying it out loud, but implying we're going to do another Dragon Ball fighting game soon. We'll announce another one, either next year or in 2024. Just because I think they want to give everything a year to like everybody get into it. And, well, it's been out for a while, but like them saying they're adding a much better netcode than they've had. It's like trying to keep people to play the game, and then probably sometime by the end of next year they will announce a brand new Dragon Ball fighting game. Whether it be Dragon Ball Fighter Z2 or something new, or maybe again, like I think eventually they're gonna do the two different shonen anime crossovers, like Dragon Ball and Naruto or Dragon Ball and One Piece. Because we've seen Toei do that. They've done little animated shorts of like Goku, Luffy, Naruto. They do sports together or something. Just a little OVA thing. And I feel like, like even though it wouldn't make a whole lot of sense story-wise, just do all the characters from those three anime, have them all fight in one game. It would make all the weebs pop, but I know Shonen Force, that game. I'll just say it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Skullgirls Second Encore has revealed that Marie, a boss character, will be making her debut as a playable character on PC, console, and mobile platforms in 2023.
I've heard a lot that actually the mobile version of Skullgirls is pretty good. Like, that's one of the few mobile fighting games that like has, because like obviously like it's like an indie development game. Developers are like very small, but like they make sure like they like keep like a close tight knit on like the quality of their stuff. So they're when they're developing a mobile game, they want to make sure it feels right and doesn't piss off the fans too much.
Melty Blood Type Lumina. So they released a 6-minute video with details and explanations in regards to the upcoming DLC. This includes balance tweaks, gameplay overhauls, and mechanic changes, such as reworking the shield system, changing the dashes, moon drive, and combo mechanics, and they are also looking into netcode improvements and an updated replay function.
Okay, and again,
you don't know
I will give it a try. But this Melty Blood is something that I know next to nothing about. Like I'm sorry, I gravitate towards the bigger franchises. I'm sorry. I've been hearing a lot of good things from it though, so I'll give it a shot.
Alright, so Multiverses.
Yes.
A ranked mode will officially launch in the Season 1 update. 2 new DLC costumes were revealed, including which are ones for LeBron and Robin, and Bugs Bunny in his legendary Valkyrie costume is also coming.
What's Opera Doc?
They have not announced a new date for the Season 1 update, which was delayed.
Yeah, I understand. Well, I'm confused. Like, so they already confirmed Robin is a playable character?
I guess, yeah. Because it says...
I didn't know that. Like, obviously, there's Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, and Harley Quinn. I didn't know they already had Robin. I figured he will be in it because, just not like DC, but also Teen Titans. They're still making money on the Teen Titans Go.
Let's see. Atlas has Persona 4 Arena Ultimax, which has been re-released and has the rollback netcode update. Woo!
Yes. I did play Persona 4 Arena. I did at least play the first version of it. I thought it was good, but I didn't see anything that like I gotta play another Persona fighting game thing. So it's like I haven't played Persona 5 Strikers. I haven't played the Ultimax version of this, so sorry, like I'm behind. But I at least liked the first one.
Blazing Strike, which was a game originally released for 2022, has been moved to spring 2023.
Okay, so it hasn't been released yet. So I was
Yeah,
like,
that's why you don't know anything about it.
Anything about that game?
And then Arcade 1UP has announced that they are releasing Marvel vs. Capcom 2: New Age of Heroes. This will be their standard. This will be coming out September 8th, by the way.
Yes.
It's most likely going to be their standard, 3/4 cabinet, and you can buy a little riser that makes it full size.
Yes.
They're cool. I can't ever justify buying one because it's just one game.
Well, this one, if you said before you look up closely, it said this will have a total of 8 Marvel Capcom fighting games.
Nope, it says fighters.
Well, it's gonna be Street Fighter versus X-Men. It's gonna be Marvel versus Capcom. It's gonna be like War of the Gems. Let's see.
Oh yeah, it
Marvel
will.
Origins. Yeah.
So Marvel vs. Capcom 1 and 2. Marvel Superheroes vs. Street Fighters, X-Men vs. Street Fighters, Marvel Superheroes, X-Men,
Children of the Atom. That one also played a lot.
Mutant Apocalypse, and Marvel Superheroes and War of the Gems.
Yes. So, hey, there's more bang for your buck.
All right, you were right.
Yeah. So, again, we don't have a lot of money right now, so at best I'm gonna try and buy a new TV so that like I can hook it up. But I obviously can do watching some movies and shows, but hooking it up to my PS4 and playing some PS4 games finally. But yeah, it'd be nice in the future. That could be the one. If I could buy one arcade cabinet, that'd be the one because it's got my childhood right there.
I think if I was gonna do an arcade cabinet, I would make one and have an emulator in it.
Okay.
Well, that way I could, play just about every arcade game.
Oh yeah. I'm not making fun of you. I'm just like, okay, wow, you're gonna just gonna make an arcade cabinet.
Well, like I don't. I say make, but like I would probably buy a pre-existing case.
Okay.
So, Pac-Man. I told you we'd come back to
Yes,
Mankind
arcade classic.
Yes, and it's related. Woo!
Yeah.
Is everyone ready to see Pac-Man in live action? No? Too bad.
How?
Here we go.
How is that?
Yahoo! No, wait, wrong one. Sorry. Wagga wagga.
Yeah, I think it's
So,
actually he's saying Paco is what they're trying to say.
Puck-Man.
Yeah.
That's what he used to be called, by the way. In Japan, he was called Puck-Man.
Yeah.
And they called him Pac-Man because...
He sounded too closely to the word we will not say here because we're a family channel.
Yeah, they were gonna vandalize the cabinet. So, anyway, I'm sure several of you know that there's been 2 animated series, one by Hanna-Barbera and one by Disney XD. They both suck.
Oh.
They both suck. Anyway.
I grew up with the Christmas special. Like, it's cheesy.
Okay, one Christmas special might not suck, but the series as a whole sucks.
Yeah.
So, this is where it gets kind of interesting. Because the project will be based on an original idea from Chuck Williams, who did the Sonic the Hedgehog movies.
Okay. Yeah.
So, there's... I'm not completely dismissing it yet.
Yeah.
I kind of get the feeling it's not going to actually be about Pac-Man, though. I feel like it's going to be about someone playing Pac-Man or something.
I do have a feeling like... I'm thinking they're going to do what so many
what
of these
Pixels did?
Well, sort of, but basically, like, there's a Pac world and everything, and there's going to be a portal that opens up, and, like, Pac-Man and Pac-Mom and Pac Jr. get thrown in, and also the ghosts get thrown in, and they're in the real world now. Like, that has happened so many times. It's happened with the Smurfs.
Oh,
It's happened with, okay, not Yogi Bear, but like, okay, but still, that might as well have. But yeah, so like that's my first. And in a way, Sonic did that kind of, but thankfully it was not bad.
Yeah.
Thankfully.
And thinking on it, the Disney XD show wouldn't have been so bad if, like, one, he didn't look creepy, and 2, it wasn't just super annoying.
It's always weird that, like, again, freaking Sakurai, like, he did a really good job doing Pac-Man 3D, to where he doesn't look super creepy. He fits, like, even though it's a big round body with arms and legs, it itself should be kind of creepy, but, like, they managed to make it.
Well, I mean, don't forget there were the 3D Pac-Man games from
Pac-World.
the Game Boy
era.
But
I'm just
or
saying, like,
GameCube era.
I have seen attempts to do 3D Pac-Man that have looked bad.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
So it's always
it looks
like,
good in
the
Smash
ones
Bros.
who do it well deserve all the praise, because that is not an easy thing to pull off. I guess I'm like, now granted, we have no idea how the Super Mario Brothers movie is going to be, but at the very least, it's going to be animated.
Yeah.
If nothing else.
Buster, please hush.
And I would have thought that, like, they would have gone with animated for Pac-Man as well, because, I mean...
That would make more sense. They'd be able to do more, but...
Well, that I'm like... Now, granted, I know the company making it is Wayfair, and I don't know who's distributing that movie.
I wouldn't be surprised if the movie ends up getting shelved.
I mean, if it's by Warner Brothers, yeah, it absolutely will.
Yeah, it's not, though, so we might actually get to see it.
Again, it's sort of like, maybe because I'm thinking, like, Universal is going to eventually try and do a Super Smash Brothers movie. Now, it's probably going to all depend on how good or how well received Super Mario Brothers is. But I would have thought, like, they would have jumped onto getting the Rise of Pac-Man, just so they could hype up the idea of Mario and Pac-Man, one movie together, the crossover, the crossover, then blow all the crossovers away,
And then you see E.T. in a cameo. It's called Arcade Adventures.
I'd at least see that opening weekend just check out how good or bad, pretty much how bad it would be.
All right. Yeah. Well, you know what's easier than making a live-action Pac-Man? And we're back. Sorry about that. The dogs. We had to cut out part of the show.
Yeah.
So you know what's easier than making Pac-Man live-action? Breaking Bad.
Yep. It is pretty easy to break bad.
It is. We do it all the time. No, I'm just kidding. I don't make meth.
Jesse, gotta cook. Won't you use breakfast?
So, you probably know about Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul.
Yes.
Better Call Saul is about to end.
Yeah.
And the creator...
I haven't even finished season 1 of Better Call Saul.
I haven't.
I need to.
I need to watch it.
It's like the first season. What I've seen so far is really good.
I've heard it stays really good.
Yeah, but it's like it makes sense to watch Better Call Saul first because it's a prequel.
Yeah.
So.
I've seen some of Breaking Bad, but that's neither here nor there. Vince Gilligan, the creator behind both shows, wanted to create a video game set in the Breaking Bad universe, but he seemed to underestimate how hard making a game actually is.
You don't say.
A lot of people do that, but he wanted to like make a Grand Theft Auto Breaking Bad add-on, which he's right, it does make sense.
Honestly, I'm kind of shocked that like Rockstar didn't come up to Vince Gilligan and say, "You want to do some promotional things? Would you be cool if some of your characters showed up in our game?" Or
I mean, it's still not too late. They can do a crossover with Grand Theft Auto Online because it's still going strong.
Yeah, it's kind of shocking that Rockstar, maybe they tried and nothing deal came through, but we haven't even heard anything even remotely like this.
Or maybe he just never was able to get in contact with them. Sometimes that just happens. Communication doesn't happen.
Sure.
They tried doing a VR experience with the Sony headset, but again, that's harder. That's easier said than done. They did do a mobile game. It lasted for like maybe a year.
Yeah, that's how these goes. Hey, doing a mobile game for a licensed property
doing a mobile game that's good.
Yeah.
Is not easy.
Yeah. But if I would have tried the VR thing, if nothing for if they could recreate the scene of Walter White having that one piece of whatever, it was like an explosive thing. It's like, this is not meth, because He did the whole thing of it, that he throws it and part of the building explodes and everything.
Oh
That was
God.
a cool scene from the show that I would have loved to have like recreated a VR experience. So that'd be what I would want.
And another reason it probably didn't happen is because he wanted to make sure that anything related to Breaking Bad was high quality, and that makes sense.
Oh, yeah,
you don't
yeah.
see that a whole lot
Yeah.
with people who like are successful. And I mean, I don't blame the people who sell out. You know, if I could sell out, I'd sell out. I need the money. He joked about how E.T. was on the 2600. He's like, I don't want a game based on the show that was so bad it ended up buried in a desert. I wrote a song about that too, and never got popular.
Oh well. Hey, you know, we all try. We're all trying to make that Breaking Bad money, but
No, don't tell people we're trying to break bad.
no, I'm not saying we're doing it, but we're saying we're trying to make money like Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. For our next segment,
Oh wait.
I dropped the mic.
Yep.
It's a mic drop. All right. Give me just a moment. So, Fortnite. Fortnite is coming to Fortnite. Dragon Ball Z is coming to Fortnite.
Coming to Fortnite, baby.
Anyway.
Can't get no more meta than that.
Oh my god. So it seems that Fortnite. Oh, dang it. Okay.
Is Xander coming?
Xander, we
Yes.
need you.
Hey, Xander.
Anyway,
Oh well.
while we wait for him,
Okay.
Dragon Ball Z is coming out with a new movie,
Yes.
and so it's only appropriate that there's a Fortnite event that's going to happen on August 16th.
Yeah.
Their reveal, Epic Games reveal, was only a single tease via a tweet.
Yeah.
Shows the golden silhouette of a dragon, and it says, "Speak, name your wish, 8/16/2022." And then, so a Fortnite leaker data mined a bottle that had a logo, Capsule Core logo. And yeah, it just makes sense that there's gonna be a
Well, that and like, you know, again, Fortnite newbie here. You know, I'd imagine with it being like, you know, turf wars and everything, like you could easily imagine there being a mini game of you trying to collect the Dragon Balls and earning whatever wish or perks you want in that game. So yeah, you know, it makes total sense they would do that. And yeah, not blaming like, you know, franchise crossovers and everything, but I will say though, like I've seen the trailer for Dragon Ball Superheroes. It's fine. You know, it's like I thought the trailers for the other ones though, like Battle of the Gods looked great, Resurrection F looked great, Broly. I never really cared about Broly, but the trailers for that and how the movie turned out is surprisingly really good. So I don't know, like maybe this could also be really good too. You know.
So I will
It's
say,
batting 3, so
Fortnite. Are you talking about the movie?
well,
Or the
again,
Fortnite crossover.
I'm saying yes. So I'm just saying they're probably going to use the 2 twin characters that have shown up in the trailer, and they're going to somehow appear in this. I'm not too crazy about their designs, if I'm completely honest. Basically, they're in, you know, capes and everything. They're meant to be like the heroes of their universe and everything, and they have like the head little dish things. You know, I don't know. Like I'm not super, you know, blown away by their designs. So.
I will say Fortnite does really good when it comes to the crossovers. It always, at least it's fun.
You know, I can imagine there being a level design like the Tenkaichi tournament arena thing that you've seen. If you know anything about Dragon Ball, you know there's usually a tournament.
They might actually add that.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah,
like they
that's
have the
probably
daily.
gonna be
Right now they have the Daily Bugle in Fortnite.
Oh yeah, that I saw in the trailer. Spider-Man trailer.
Alright. You want to run and get Xander real quick?
Okay. Sorry to tease Xander. He loves Mandalorian.
Yep, Xander's busy watching The Mandalorian.
I'm proud of him, but like, hey.
Alright.
Sorry to lie to you guys.
So, Nintendo has been accused of firing a worker for speaking up.
Yeah, I believe we covered something similar to this in, what was it, like early this year or last year?
Probably super early this year.
Yeah.
So basically, there's accusations of coercion and retaliation against workers.
Yeah.
So on August 7th, Nintendo had a complaint filed against them over concerted activities, retaliation, discharge, discipline, and coercive rules. Let's see. Yeah, we covered part of this back in April.
Yeah.
So it directly stemmed from a contract employee asking a question about unions at a meeting and later being fired over a seemingly borderline violation of their NDA. Let's see. Nintendo said in a statement at the time that there were no attempts to unionize or related activities, and that the employee had been terminated for disclosing confidential information and for no other reason. However, that led to an outpouring of testimonials on social media by former employees and multiple reports about problematic working conditions. Nintendo has not responded to any requests for comment on this. And yeah. So Reggie Fils-Aimé says that they don't reflect the company he remembers leaving back in 2019, but he would probably say that.
Yeah, of course he's gonna like absolve any issues. If they reveal any kind of dirt on Nintendo, he's gonna be like, I had no idea. Like, you know, things were running smoothly on my end, but it's like, no, buddy.
All right.
You know, there's a YouTube channel called Mad McMuscles. Like, he's covered the what happens of many video game companies, including the one you used to work for. So, no, your hands are not clean, dude.
Anyway, there was an update, and Kotaku obtained a redacted copy of the charge. So it says, within the previous 6 months, the employer discharged an employee because the employee engaged in protected concerted activities by, inter alia, protesting terms and conditions of employment, and in order to discourage employees from engaging in protected concerted activities, aka unionizing. Within the previous 6 months, the employer has interfered with, restrained, and coerced employees in the exercise of rights protected by Section 7 of the Act by maintaining work rules that prohibit employees from discussing wages, hours, or other terms or conditions of employment. Alright.
Yeah.
Calm down.
I know.
I hear you. I hear you loud and clear.
And that's the thing is, like, I know, like, we talk a lot about, like, the games I have available playing our Nintendo stuff, and
I still love Nintendo,
yeah, I was like, I'm not gonna just...
I'm not dumb. Corporate culture sucks.
I'm not gonna start, like, destroying my Nintendo Switch or, like, getting rid of my games or anything, but it's like...
It's disappointing.
It's something that we have to address and that needs to be brought up. And, like, yeah, like, the people in charge of this, you know, need to be held accountable, you know? That's just something that should be happening, and unfortunately there's probably examples of this happening to many major companies, you know, all over the world.
Oh god, I hope it doesn't happen to Blizzard. Anyway,
well,
Splatoon 3.
yes,
We got
on to
it.
something.
Nintendo related.
Woo. Yeah. Well,
So,
one at least.
it's Splatoon 3. We're excited about it.
Yes.
So,
Pay no attention to the accusations of employee misconduct. Here's your squids and or kids.
alright, so there will be 12 stages at launch, including returning stages Hammerhead Bridge and Mahi Mahi Resort. So there will also be 5 new ones, and more will be added in post-launch updates. So, Scorch Gorge, Eeltail Alley, Hagglefish Market, Undertow Spillway, Mincemeat Metalworks, Hammerhead Bridge, Museum de Alfonsia, Zeno, Mahi Mahi Resort, Inkblot Art Academy, Sturgeon Shipyard, Mako Mart, and Wahoo World.
I gotta say, I always love whenever this is a fantasy world they're doing and they have very punny areas and locations. It always puts a smile on my face for whatever reason.
So,
I guess I'm a corny dude.
So there are some additions to the Turf War, and that is that you get two new abilities at the very least.
Yeah.
Squid Surge will let you swim up a wall in a single burst, and Squid Roll will let you jump out of the ink in reverse direction while repelling some enemy fire.
Yeah.
You get to do a barrel roll.
And also, I don't know if we get to this part yet, but there's going to be triple, triple matches, or like three teams facing each other.
Oh yeah, we'll get to that.
Sorry, jumping ahead.
Just got excited.
Yeah.
So there will be some new weapons. Tri-Stinger. This is a bow that can charge up and fires in 3 directions. Splatana Wiper. This is a sword that charges up while swinging 2 fire blades of ink. Tacticooler. This is a fridge that deploys stat-boosting energy drinks to the whole team. Wavebreaker. Radar
I know.
that pings enemy locations and damages them if it hits. And the Fief Slider, which is a shark floaty that hunts down foes and explodes ink all over them. Salmon Run is quite possibly my favorite mode.
And like all the trailers that explore Salmon Run looks well done. Like this seems like okay. I have never I think I've tried Splatoon before, but I've never played it for a long period of time. I have not played Splatoon 2. This Splatoon 3 I do want to get. I know we did cover a negative part of Nintendo, but everything about this trailer, but this direct is making me really excited to play this game.
I mean, I'll get Splatoon 3 when it comes out.
I will too.
I might not get it release date because of money, but I will get it.
Yeah,
I still haven't gotten the Kirby game. I want the Kirby game, but
I have the Kirby game.
Good for you. I know what you're hinting at. You want to play it on the channel. Anyway.
You know me so well, don't you?
You've told me already. Anyway, Salmon Run will now be accessible around the clock. The thing that annoyed me the most about Salmon Run was not being able to play it whenever I wanted. There will be some new bosses, Slammin' Lid and Big Shot. There's a new King Salmonid, and when you fight him, your tank transforms into giant egg cannons. Let's see. There are also Anarchy battles, where players compete in ranked objective-based battles. These modes, Splat Zones, Tower Control, Rainmaker, and Clam Blitz are on a regular rotation. Once again, the hub will be based on a city. This time it's called the Splatsville Lobby. Your friends will appear as 3D holograms, and you can drop in on them in battle. You can team up with them. Once you've teamed up with them, you'll have a visibility of each other depending on where else you go in the game. And there's the memory player, which lets you rewatch matches. And Splatoon wouldn't be complete without customization options. There's lockers you can personalize, there's customizable splash tags and emotes, and most of this can be bought from the Atlantis shop. Of course, Shelton will be selling you your gear, Gnarly Eddie will be selling you headgear. You can get clothes at Mano Wardrobe, and you can get shoes at the Crush Station. Now, we love card games, and we love card games inside of games. Table Turf Battle is a game based off of Turf Wars in the game. It's a 2D turn-based spin-off of Turf War. There are over 150 cards to collect, and you can battle other NPCs to collect packs.
I did initially thought this was a whole different game when I first saw it. And I'm like, oh wow, they're really branching out to other genres of games. Oh no, this is actually in Splatoon 3.
So there are 3 idols this time around. We've got Fry and Shiver, which are the Squid Kids.
Yes.
And then we have Big Man, a manta ray. He will hold up the screen during Anarchy Splatcasts. And of course, 3 idols means 3 options for Splatfests. So there will be the very first Splatfest will happen on August 27th at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time via a free demo for the game. And the second half of the event will end with a series of tri-colored turf war battles, where teams are in a 3-way 4 versus 2 versus 2 showdown. The contest is between rock, papers, and scissors, and I don't know, it'll be fun. Might try to do it. And there will be 2 years at least of post-launch updates, as well as returning amiibos and new ones. There will be a new Yellow Inkling, Blue Octoling, and Small Fry amiibo, and then Callie and Marie, Pearl and Marina are getting re-released. And Nintendo still doesn't have good voice chat.
Yeah.
Not
But
much
hey,
to
Nintendo.
not much to talk about there.
Yeah.
This is voice chat, get it? Haha. Alright, thank you guys for joining us.
Thank you. A lot has happened this direct, and by all means, I know we had a discussion about this earlier, like you mentioned in our little spot check about certain companies doing unsavory things, or people in charge doing certain things, and the people who are being marginalized still end up buying some of that company because they got nothing else to do with their thing, and they don't have much options. So even though we are aware that there's some stuff going on behind the scenes with Nintendo, or something like Nintendo, we still want to try and
we want the situation to improve because we like Nintendo.
Yeah.
We don't want to see them go down this path even more.
Yes, so hopefully the issue is resolved, and people who are in charge of Nintendo treat their workers fairly, give them, let them unionize. It should be a thing for every company of every industry, but it's a thing that it's constantly being fought over, and it's constantly a struggle for it. And situations like this is not easy to resolve, but I'm definitely on the side of the workers here, and I hope for the best for them.
Alright, and until next time, stay cool.